Good afternoon, everyone. Well, these two boys are ready to each have a nice big piece of meat. We just get two out here and we'll see which one can eat it the quickest. Oh, that was wrong of me. Diego couldn't believe it. But how could I miss that? Let's see how long it takes. If the meat is big enough, they carry it off. And I think if I'm gonna go closer to Diego now, he's gonna turn into that vicious little tiger that we all know by now. That does not want us to see what he is doing to the meat. But it's only gonna last another probably 10 seconds. But they are chewing it up. Those rear scissor-like teeth. Just cuts it up, you can't believe it. This little one, she was actually the one that was caught by the tigers once. This is the one at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I went in to get her out. And there's something I would like to say about what I've learned from her. When she got caught, she had a broken leg. Yeah, there Diego is finished already. She had a broken leg. And I've tried quite a few times to get a tiger's, a cat for that matters, legs that was broken to get it to heal. And I've never had success with that. We took them to the vet, they put a cast on them, never worked out. They try and take the cast off the whole time, and eventually they pass away. And they don't necessarily pass away from the broken leg. They pass away from fighting until they get that leg out there. Now I think it must be very painful to pull a broken leg out of a cast. So with this little one, when I got her back there where Diego is now, I carried her out. I was going to throw her over the fence to the side. That's when I saw the broken leg. And I thought, no, I'm not going to be able to throw her. I will have to carry her out. Now, she didn't only have the one wound. She also had a big bite round about this area right here. So also she had an intestine that came through the skin. I can basically say that. Not in the inside, I'm not sure what you call that in English at the moment. In Afrikaans it's called a breek. But I didn't research this before I started talking about it. I'm just telling a story. And yeah, that happened. So she had quite a few wounds, and I took her to the vet that morning, and they did put a bandage over the leg like a cast, and she pulled her leg out. And the next day I was going to take her back again, and I thought, no, I've never had success when they put those legs in a cast. I'm going to leave it out, because she was holding it pretty good. She was holding it straight. And I thought, maybe if she can just hold it like that, it will grow back. And that was exactly what happened. I don't necessarily think that you should put their legs in a cast once it's broken. That's the only time I've ever had success with it. They were talking about amputating the leg, and that would have cost a lot of money. And it would have been very painful, and she would not have a leg anymore. So I made a decision to not treat that leg any further. And I made that decision because I didn't want her to pull it out of a cast again, because I saw her doing it, and I've seen many cats doing that before. Then another 2 or 3 days went by, and we smelled something funny on her. And basically what happened was, when the tiger got hold of her and shook her a little bit, the skin breaks loose from, well, I guess from the meat, and then that piece of skin dies and it flips over. So right about here at the back was about as big as 3 inches radius, right about there, that just opened up, and you could see right into the cat, but there was no blood or anything like that. It was just an open wound. And I did get an ointment from the doctor to put on there, and when I wanted to put the ointment on, I saw it dry out. It was drying out a lot, and there was ants walking on her, and I just stopped and looked at it for a few minutes, and those ants were, I could be wrong, they were basically eating all the dead skin. So I decided to leave it a little bit, and the ants got off and the wound was clean, and I saw that wound closing almost an inch a day. Every single day when I looked at it, the wound was smaller. Then the intestine, the problem, I will have to just check what that name is. I felt it as I picked her up. You can feel it on her stomach. You feel that intestine where it protrudes right through. And I thought, this is going to be the most difficult one. And also they wanted to do an operation. And I thought, no, I can't put this cat through operation right now. She's gone through a lot. I just picked her up and that is gone. So she even healed that all by herself without any operation. So yeah, that was it was difficult to come to that point where it took me years before I realized that they do heal by themselves. Yeah, I'm sure if she was bitten a little bit worse and there was blood, it needs to be stopped. Or if one of the intestines is broken, you're going to need an operation to sort that out. But in this case, and especially with a broken leg, that broken leg healed perfectly. Look at her walk. And they wanted to amputate that leg. And I asked them how much will it cost, and it was a lot of money. I'd say, and they said it was going to be the same as if they repaired it and if they amputated. So I couldn't bring myself to the point of amputating it without just knowing that it's absolutely necessary. And it grew back perfectly fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with her. She is like she was the day she was a kitten. So that is very, how can I put it? I don't want to encourage people to never take your cat to the vet, but I think sometimes we have to allow them to heal themselves. Like Enzo, for instance, there right on his leg. If I can zoom in there, I can see a scratch mark there. Look at that. Right there. I saw the blood the other day. That was from Diego when he scratched Enzo. Now, that will heal by itself. There is no way of doing a better job than just leaving it. If you're going to take him to the vet, they're going to have to put him down. They can get all kinds of problems with the anesthetic. Just lying down for too long will cut off blood supply to certain areas. There's all kinds of things that can go wrong. The easiest way is just to leave it, and within 3 days it'll be perfectly fine. So yeah, I think if you do have animals like this, you need to also know when not to act. I think it is almost more important than acting. I think the first thing you have to do whenever something happens is first make sure you're not overreacting, because the overreaction can lead to very long-term problems. And also, they don't trust you after that. If you have to put them under anesthetic, they do not trust you again. If they just see something that looks like they're going to be brought under, they change. They become very angry. And they can recognize things like that. Oh, now I messed right on Diego. Enzo is still the man. He's showing Diego that he should watch himself. I'm gonna quickly give it to Diego there. Yeah, so think about that. I don't know if it will be correct to say never treat an animal with a broken bone. I don't think that will be correct. But in this case, especially with cats, I've never had success except this time, and it grew back perfect. And I think they cause more damage when they pull that leg out of that cast. So next time I ever pick up a stray cat with a broken bone again, I'm not going to just run to the vet like I've always done to get that leg in a cast. I'm going to first see how they hold it, what the position is, if it can get together by itself. You know, I remember it swelling, and that swelling pulled everything tight together. So the leg lined up perfectly. And yeah, so I guess it can work. So think about that. And if you ever have a cat with a broken leg, yeah, just think about it. Maybe it is better, because I think they get too much pain when they put it in that cast. Well guys, thanks for listening. I hope I can help someone with that. And I'm digging inside this bag with my hand, trying to take out the chicken. So that happens if you want to make a hole with only one hand while holding the camera and feeding him. But I'm done here with it. That's the last piece of chicken. So thanks for watching. Hope you have a great evening.